welcome to Agri News on Agrometronics. First, the headlines. Rice, maize, soybean production to decline 13% on input costs. Cocoa stakeholders lament poor funding of cocoa industry. Poultry farmers seek license to import maize to reduce production costs. On the foreign scene, Ivory Coast to increase official farm gate cocoa price. We have details of these and other stories coming up in a moment. My name is Mfonobong Ekot. And now the news in full. The Cocoa Farmers Association of Nigeria has expressed concerns over the lack of fundings for the cocoa industry. In an open letter signed and released by the Director General Cocoa Roundtable Initiative and National President Cocoa Farmers Association of Nigeria, Adeola Adegoke earlier, the farmers appealed to President Bola Tinubu to prioritize funding for the critical sector in order not to reverse the present prosperity of the nation's cocoa farmers. According to Adeola, funding has continuously affected the operations of the committee's sustainability responsibilities in the area of quality control, contract arbitration to safeguard investors' funding, child labor monitoring and remediation. He tasked President Tinubu to provide fundings to the National Task Force on EUDR to save the industry investments, which is worth $1 billion, while also subsidizing inputs for cocoa farmers to enhance their productivity, which would eventually translate into more income for them and revenue for government at all levels in 2025. The letter added that the performance of the cocoa sector in the last 1 year in the generation of FX and top earnings in the non-crude oil sector cannot be taken for granted, saying that according to the NBS report, cocoa exports rose by 304% in the first quarter of 2024 due to higher demand and weak naira. The letter further added that the country's cocoa exports, which accounted for 42.4% of the 1.4 trillion naira agricultural exports for the period, surged to 438.7 billion naira in the first quarter of 2024 from 108.6 billion naira in the corresponding period of 2023. Moving on, the average production rate of paddy rice, maize and soybeans, three major staples in Nigeria's local diet, is projected to decline by a combined average of 13% due to high cost of fertilizers and climate conditions. According to the AFECT 2024 wet season report, maize production in Africa's most populous nation is projected to decline in 2024 by 5.6%, while paddy rice is projected to fall by 2.6% and soybeans by 4.8%. The report notes that this decline can be attributed to several key factors, including a reduction in the cultivated land area, limited fertilizer usage, and adverse climate conditions. The report also notes that the cultivated land area for maize shrunk by over 3% due to rising production costs in the planting season, prompting many farmers to reduce the size of their farms. Findings have revealed that prices of maize have increased by 89.96% from 480,000 naira for a metric ton to currently about 910,000 naira, influencing the prices of chicken feed in the market, which have doubled in 1 year. Maize, which is predominantly cultivated by smallholder farmers, is a significant source of food and cash to Nigerians. On the foreign scene, Ivory Coast, the world's largest exporter of cocoa, is expected to increase the official cocoa farm gate price to 1,500 sefa per kilogram from the current 1,000 sefa. It comes as President Alassane Ouattara validated a proposal for a price of between 1,100 and 1,200 sefa per kilogram before reversing his decision and asking that the price be even higher. Cocoa prices have more than tripled over the last year as diseases and adverse weather pushed the global market to a third successive deficit, but the official farm gate price, which grows that growers can charge for their beans in Ivory Coast, a top producer, has yet to reflect this. In 2022, Ivory Coast and Ghana boycotted industry meetings in Brussels over price disputes. Nearly 6 million people rely on the cocoa industry in the West African nation of Ivory Coast. The Poultry Association of Nigeria PAN, Lagos State chapter, has blamed increase on the price of egg on the fluctuating foreign exchange rate and agreed by some middlemen. The chairman of the